I think we have the college basketball title futures. UConn's number one.
I really like Houston. I'd have them winning it all, but you can't be giving Drake jerseys. What is wrong with you?
Maybe the Drake curse is stronger in college basketball.
How long has he been riding with Kentucky?
He wore an Alabama jersey and Saban retired.
The Odds Couple with Rob Fisher, Lang Whitaker, John Roser, and CJ Hurt live Thursdays at 2 p.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Today we have two very special guests on our program, introducing Lem and Lime.
Hello.
For Starry Lemon Lime Soda.
Thanks for having us.
What is Starry Lemon Lime Soda?
It's a crisp, clear burst of lemon lime flavor, and it's caffeine-free.
Between us, one of you must be a little more important to Starry than the other. Who is it?
We're both important.
So it could just as easily be Starry Lime Lemon Soda.
No, that doesn't sound right.
Oh, I like it.
So you saying hip-hop could be hop-hip?
Works for me.
Starry Lemon Lime Soda. Starry hits different.
I'm 10 feet ahead of you, catch me as something you'll never do. I turn around and I level you, no motivation is needed. Look, I put myself on the pedestal, this is incredible.
Take your fandom to the next level with the official Grizzlies app. Go all access and behind the scenes.
It's got to be heavy defense. That's where it starts for us.
Personalized to where you are and who you are. Get easy access to ticketing, the game day guide, and your own app customization right at your fingertips. Upgrade your experience and download the Grizzlies app today.
We were without internet from 11 in the morning until what ended up being around 8 o'clock at night. I'd be the first to go in an apocalypse. I just would not even know what to do. Chris is over here like, who needs internet anyway? Let's just be one with the land. And I'm like frantic. I'm like, I can't do anything.
Tune in to the Jessica Benson Show with CJ Hurt live every weekday at 8 a.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Let's face it, there's a lot of trash talk in basketball, but the great teams let their performance do the talking. Like Ford F-150 with Pro Power on board, a class-exclusive industry-first feature that turns your truck into a mobile generator and leaves the competition speechless. Ford F-150, official truck of the Grizzlies. Greatness starts here at your Mid-South Ford dealer. Class is full-size pickups under 8,500 pounds, GVWR.
Gasol with 4 seconds for the win. Yes!
Mark is one of the more competitive people you'll meet.
Yeah, he lose.
Their willingness to go out and try to compete every day, not just wait for a game, not wait for a regular season game, not wait for a playoff game, but every day is what made Mark special.
He was a big part of that identity, right? And a big part of that's why the team was so successful, because they had that anchor in him.
Grizzlies, to this day, wouldn't be the Grizzlies without the contribution of Marc Gasol.
Grizzlies fans know it's the team that gives you the edge. Big River Steel does too. That's why we're recruiting the best talent to help us develop the sustainable steel needed for today and tomorrow. Join us at the edge of the future. Visit www.bigriversteel.com/join to join our Dash team. That's www.bigriversteel.com/join to join our Dash team.
Justin Timberlake. The Forget Tomorrow World Tour. Live in Memphis. Justin Timberlake. FedEx Forum, Saturday, November 23rd. Get tickets this Thursday at 10 a.m. at livenation.com. The brand new single, Selfish, is available to stream and download now. For more, hit up justintimberlake.com.
It's more fun to be there live to see the Memphis Grizzlies hit the court all season long. From the electricity in FedEx Forum to the highlight reel plays, there's nothing quite like Grizzlies basketball. As the official marketplace of the Memphis Grizzlies, Ticketmaster gets you in with a huge selection of seats. So get off the couch and into the stands while you still can. Score tickets today at Ticketmaster.com. That's Ticketmaster.com.
Elevate your hotel experience in the heart of downtown Memphis at the Westin Memphis Beale Street. Our AAA 4-diamond hotel boasts spacious guest rooms and suites, refreshed meeting space, upscale dining, and more. Just steps away from the sights and sounds of Beale Street, FedEx Forum, and the Memphis Rock and Soul Museum. After a full day of work or play, retreat to your hotel room or suite featuring luxury bedding, a contemporary bathroom, a spacious workstation, complimentary coffee, and a flat-screen TV. During downtime, you can take advantage of perks such as our on-site fitness center, 24-hour business center, and upscale dining at Penny's Nitty Gritty. On your next visit to downtown Memphis, make the Westin Memphis Beale Street Hotel your home away from home.
Live from downtown Memphis, this is the Chris Vernon Show, presented by Caesars Sportsbook on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app. Now, here's your host, Chris Vernon.
GrindCityMedia.com. It's Chris Vernon Show. Welcome. So Wednesday, April 3rd, 2024 edition of the show. Today on the show, Grizzlies going to be back in action tonight against the Milwaukee Algonquin for the Goodland Bucks. There's a bunch going on in the NBA as we head down this last home stretch. Some big NFL news, some big college news. We're going to get to all of it. Jessica Benson's going to be here. Let's do it. Turn it up. Once in your life, won't you do what feels right instead of waiting for the next big thing to strike? Stop running your mouth. Get out of the house. Get yourself downtown and shake it off. Hit me once and it wasn't enough. Baby, I want the strongest stuff. Hit me. Hope everybody's having a good day. All right, we got a bunch of stuff to get to on the show today. As I mentioned, Jessica Benson is going to be joining us in studio. Certainly appreciate all the good response to Marc Gasol coming in yesterday. It is a big week this week for the Grizzlies and Marc Gasol, as there's going to be, after they play this game in Milwaukee, they're going to be coming back for the rare home back-to-back this weekend. The first game will be on Friday night, and then on Saturday night, there will be the festivities after the game. The first 5,000 fans are going to get the Marc Gasol record giveaway, and then they are going to raise up the number 33 in the rafters on Saturday night, which may or may not, depending on how it goes with the schedule, feature Joel Embiid, who we got to see in a Philadelphia 76ers uniform for the first time in a long time last night. Before I get to anything, welcome John Roser to the show. Who's Johnny?
We have to sing it
in that special way. Johnny's in John Roser, a.k.a. the Cologne Ranger, the Body Spray Bandit, Senor Sack, a.k.a. John the Backpole, John the Bearcat. John Pistol, John Lance, Yogi Roser.
It's tougher to remember them when you don't have.
It is. I've been used to it for so many years. So, all right. So Kelcey Wright Johnson is here.
Yeah, we can play her.
Brampton's finest. She is the Nordstrom Rack Trap Queen. She is Puerto Rico's favorite reporter. She is the ketchup chip connoisseur.
Speaking Yeti, public speaker, Yeti.
Oh, we're going to get to that here in a moment. First, let me broach the subject at hand, which is that for the better part of 20 years, we've been playing Roser's intro. So,
It's been 20 years with that same song?
well, I mean,
Close to
now,
it.
yeah, I mean, you're talking
Oh
probably
my
16 years,
God.
every day for 60. And so,
Just buy it.
we tried. You can't get a hold of El DeBarge.
Amazing,
Is
right?
he dead? What kind of money's he got coming in?
He doesn't want your money.
We can't get a hold of it. We tried.
He doesn't want your money.
Is El
He doesn't even know who we are or what that we use.
Still
the song.
alive.
He is.
Where does he live? Let's knock on his...
It's, born in Detroit.
Hashtag free Roser.
Yeah, right.
Hashtag answer us El DeBarge.
What the heck?
Yeah. It's we have in the past paid for the right to who's right because that's the way it works. No. This time, couldn't get a hold of him. We were told you got to take it out.
Well, if he's not...
We can't get a hold of him. I know, whoever it is, Columbia or whoever it is.
Record labels.
Yeah, they hadn't thought about other bars in 30 years.
Yeah.
They're probably just discarding it like it's old mail. Like, who the hell are you asking about?
Right.
Like, we're willing to give you money for this just so we can keep it.
His artist profile is like back in like the storage room or something. Like, just buried in a file cabinet somewhere.
We're the ones keeping the song alive.
Hold on.
For goodness sakes.
Hold on.
L.
He
'Cause
has
it was
an
fro-
Instagram page.
Come
it was
on,
from
Al.
the movie Short Circuit.
He can't help us at this point. So now we've got to figure out what we're going to do.
Just silence.
All right. Why is Roser calling you public speaking Yeti?
Oh, I'm speaking to the youth.
Okay. How did this happen?
2 Thursdays this month, actually. I'm speaking to a class.
What class?
I could actually tell you. They just sent me my itinerary.
Where?
At Ole Miss.
No.
Hotty toddy.
Because you stormed the field after their LSU win?
In the Sport and Recreation Administration class. And then a journalism class on the 18th.
Wait, is this because you stormed the field and had such a great time?
No, they emailed me on January 24th to set this up. Was that before or after?
That was
after.
way after.
Yeah, sorry.
Way after.
Yeah.
Because that was in the fall.
Sport management program at the University of Mississippi.
And what are you supposed to talk about?
Like tomorrow, I'm talking about me. He just said make a little presentation of like you, and then they'll ask questions.
Are you going to talk about living in the Arctic?
No, I probably won't bring that up.
Damn. Kelly Olynyk?
Probably won't bring that up.
Have you ever been to Ole Miss outside of the football game?
Just the football game.
Oh, you're going to like it.
He even said,
it's
like,
a cool place, man.
Oh,
He even
Oxford's
it's a cool place.
Oxford is cool.
Cool town,
Yeah, it
good
is.
college vibe.
when
It
you
feels
arrive
like
at the
Good
Turner
food.
Center, how am I supposed to know what the Turner Center is?
There'll be signs.
look it up.
It's a college campus.
When you arrive at the Turner Center, I'll bring you out a parking pass. Okay.
How about that? Look at the public speaker.
Yeah.
I'm actually really nervous.
Public
Talk to
speaking
kids.
is-
Kids are so mean.
They're not kids.
Yeah, they're in university.
These are college kids.
These are college kids.
Yeah.
They're a little more serious.
They'll care.
They'll actually ask questions. They're not going to be sitting there on their phone like when they do the career
What?
day
Like,
here.
so
High
in that-
schools.
Yeah, like-
oh my God, those are so bad when you do them at the arena and everyone's just like.
On the
They're
other
sitting on their phones.
Oh yeah, they're bored out of their minds.
They're there because
To
it
not
got
be
them
in
out of
school.
school. Yeah,
Yeah.
it got them out of school.
You're right. It's different.
They haven't asked me to do one of those in a long time.
Same
thank God.
here.
Because the last time they did it, I came in and we had a meeting that morning, and this Alexis Morgan's still here, Amar Baptist, and a couple of the others were all still here, and they're all dressed up when I got here, and I'm like, "What are you guys all dolled up for?" And they're like, "We have that speaking
job
engagement
fair
today."
thing,
Yeah, they're bussing in, whatever from all these area schools, and I'm wearing sweats. And I was like, "What time is it at?" And they're like, "It's at like 2 o'clock." And I was like,
So
"All right."
right after
I cut the show early. I drove up to Old Navy at Poplar,
like a polo?
Poplar and Highland and bought an outfit and drove back down. I swear, I even bought the shoes. I bought like something,
full-
like basically something off a mannequin. I was like, "Oh, that outfit looks all right."
So it
all
was
right.
khakis and a
Yes.
polo.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then I came back and had to do it. Because I was like, I don't have time to drive home. I was like, where could I drive within 15 minutes of here?
You could have worn sweats.
So
I think Dev wore
no
like
way.
what Devin wore like what he usually
He's
wears.
unprofessional then.
No.
Come on, I couldn't do that in front of the kids.
Yeah, no, I think we were
I had to
both-
fake it.
we were both very
That's how I
short.
dressed. to come to work that day.
Yeah, I think we were like both wearing shorts.
Yeah,
like
it was bad.
Yeah, so we both. Yeah, I had to go. See, I live closer, so I was able to go home and
Why
just
didn't
put on
you
some
give
jeans.
him some clothes?
Well, I lived actually right across the street from Old Navy. Like at the time, I lived right across the street.
Needless to say,
Piccadilly?
Yeah, like right behind the Piccadilly. Yeah.
Needless to say, they have not asked us since.
Yeah, they have not asked us.
To be fair, they didn't ask me this past year. I just went.
You also had some little girl tell you she wanted to be a radio DJ, and you told her do not do radio.
You did?
Yeah.
You said it's a dying art.
Medium's dying.
And then she cried.
I mean, it just wasn't the thing probably to ask me at the time.
Especially at that time.
Yeah, I mean, I was just like, I think I would focus my energy elsewhere.
And she went, oh.
I mean, you may have heard our old place is bankrupt, so.
But she wanted to be like,
Like it wasn't bad advice.
You ain't gonna, yeah.
She wanted to be
She's
like.
probably like, damn, I should have listened to that guy.
But she wanted to do like music, be like a music DJ, and it's like, yo,
those are automated now.
Look at all the kids your age, like they're not listening. They're all listening to Apple Music and Spotify.
I'll tell you this. All right, so last night, this has been honestly this is going to continue obviously all the way until June because we are not far from the play-in tournament, and then the NBA playoffs will be starting, and that'll be a nightly affair after that. But, man, we are on the basketball run of all basketball runs. And, like, last night, it was such a weird deal because we've had all these, it's been like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then obviously on Monday night, we had the women's Elite Eight that was going on. And so everybody was paying attention to that. And then by the time we get to last night, I was like, all right, what game's on? And I flipped on, and it's the Embiid return. I was
There was
so
a
happy
lot of good games last night.
I was so happy that he was coming back for last night's game, and it was cool to see him out on the court. I mean, I think that everything goes on without you, and then you start to forget. And they're at one point putting up his stats for the year, and you're like, oh my God, this guy was having like one of the historically great seasons of all time, and just got it ripped away with the injury. And man, oh man, was he exhausted last night. But he went out there and played 30 minutes in the game, and it was a shame that Oklahoma City didn't have Jalen Williams #1 and SGA last night, but that was a highly entertaining game.
The Sixers didn't have Maxey.
Yeah.
But no, it was.
It was.
Especially for not being super high scoring.
Yeah.
One of the biggest things with Embiid, too, that like helps them as far as if they can get this chemistry together, because they made the deal for Hield at the deadline, too.
That's right.
And if you get Maxey back, you like to have some chemistry develop before the playoffs. But like you do get to that end when Oklahoma City has to play the foul game, and you do not have to take Embiid off the court because that dude is money.
Absolutely money.
At the free throw line.
Yeah, it was fun to watch. So I kept that on. Then I had the Mavs and the Warriors on, which the Warriors are now fighting tooth and nail just to, they got that late scare from Houston, but it seems like they're going to be able to hold on to their spot. But I couldn't help but watch last night, and even as you're watching Embiid, you're like, man, they got Maxey, they got Hield, they got, all these big long wings and whatever, and we'll see what happens with the Pacers and the Heat, and if the Heat are able to flip that in the standings on them. But as of right now, I mean, that 7-8 is just crazy. Absolutely crazy. And if it were to play out to where Miami and Philadelphia play each other in a 7-8, and then the other one, whoever lost, is able to beat, say, probably the Bulls, you'd imagine.
Yeah.
I think I'd take the Bulls in a one game against the Hawks. But no matter who came out of that, if they were able to hold on to it, then like one of them is feeding into the Celtics and one of them is feeding into the Bucks. That's, I mean, it is. Look, we went through it last year. It's like Minnesota had LA dead to rights.
Yeah.
They had them. And then they let him off the hook. Conley misses the shot, and next thing you know, we draw LA because they're 7.
Yeah.
And Denver ends up getting Minnesota. Minnesota actually played rather competitively against Denver in their series. And I'm not saying that the Grizzlies would have made light work of the T-Wolves. They could have lost to them. They could have lost to them too. But
Yeah.
They for sure were going to lose to the Lakers.
Yeah, we did not want that. We talked about that all the way going into it.
we didn't
were like,
want that.
We want anyone but them.
Anyone.
We tried talking ourselves into it. Well, the Grizzlies were the better team throughout the regular season, but yeah, we didn't have Brandon Clark. We don't have Steven Adams. And it was very obvious in that series early, and it's like, okay.
They got men.
It's too physical for some of the guys we have, and they're just bigger. Like, yeah.
Yep.
And we had no answer for the Davis thing. He was like Bill Russell in that series.
Or Hachimura.
But, dude.
Don't bring Rui up.
Hey, it is the fate of Oklahoma City this year. I always say there's nothing new under the sun. I'm watching this stuff play out, and I'm like, can you believe this? You're going to work the whole damn year to get the number 2 seed, and then you're going to draw the friggin' Lakers.
They look just like us. Remember the year we ended up losing to the Warriors.
Young.
But we ended up losing to the Warriors that year.
Yep.
But it was like Oklahoma City probably didn't make a move at the deadline because it's one of those things how we did a couple years ago. The chemistry is so good, you just don't want to mess with it.
That's right.
You don't want to mess with it. It's the year Ja went out for like 20 games and Tyus steps in, and we're like 17-3 in those games. Like, the chemistry is so good. And you saw it last night. They were up like double digits in that Philly game. No SGA, no Jalen Williams, and they still very well could have won that game.
That's right. But, I mean, they're going to fall into the situation where – because you just don't want – now, hopefully for their sake, they can draw Sac or they can draw Phoenix or they can draw, somebody other than to give themselves more of a chance. You just don't want to play a team that's got when they put up that graphic at the beginning and it says combined playoff games played 584 combined playoff games played 0, right? Like, well, I guess Gordon Hayward probably got 12 or whatever. How many
he's played?
How many playoff games do you think Gordon Hayward's played in? Go check it. How many? I'll say 12.
LeBron
because he played in Utah.
LeBron has played in more playoff games than OKC's entire roster.
For sure.
OKC's got 0 except for Gordon Hayward. Who else has played in the playoffs?
So
SGA did in the
Rockets
Clippers.
Wasn't he on the Rockets, Thunder, and the bubble?
Yep.
The Chris Paul team. Chris Paul was on that team.
And the Clippers.
Yeah.
So he probably, at the very beginning of his career.
Did they a playoff team?
Yeah. That was the one that had the one with Gallinari, like Doc Rivers' best coaching job, probably.
Yeah. Oh, he's actually
a lot?
Yeah, but did he play? Okay. So he's inactive for, you know what I mean? Like he's inactive for 1, 2.
No.
3.
Just look up his playoff stats.
I have them. It says 46, but then a bunch of them are inactive. Like a whole like. Do you see what I mean? Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 series are inactive.
Oh, but I guess he still played in 46. I don't know. Yeah, I guess so. A lot more than I would have expected. They don't have many guys though. I mean, you got
SGA's played in 13.
13? Yeah.
13 playoff games, yeah.
And the rest. And Dort's played.
28 he's actually played.
Played in 28. Yeah. And Dort's probably played in 15. Something like that.
That's still not as many as LeBron.
Maybe less. I know.
Yeah, add those together. That's still not LeBron.
Or Davis.
Yeah.
Lou Dort has played
or Davis for that matter. How many?
6.
Oh, just 6?
So he was in that one series, that Rockets Thunder series in the bubble. Yeah. He was in that
great.
One. He was. That was his breakout. That was when he broke out. Yeah.
Lou Dort was great in that. But anyways, yeah, if you're OKC, you just don't want to draw that. Especially the team that can expose your lack of size.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Right? I mean, you might have a guy like a Sabonis that can, expose your lack of size, but like you figure out what you're doing with him, and that's one guy. They're not big either in Sacramento. Phoenix has got one guy in Nurkic.
Yeah.
That's really it, right? They don't have a ton of size that is going to get you. Whereas the Lakers team is just they're going to get every call against you, every call, and they are going to play you 101 to 95, and it's uncomfortable, and it's you're playing at their pace, and just not the. It's not what you want to draw. It's not what you want to draw.
Can they outpace them? Because they're quick and young.
But you got to get the rebound.
LeBron's one of those guys you can't speed up.
Yeah.
You're playing him.
And then when you think you have him.
He's also going to try in the playoffs, like on defense.
And then when you think you have him, freaking D'Angelo Russell's going to show up out of nowhere and hit like 3 straight threes.
You know the Lakers are third?
Right.
The Lakers are third in fast break points, 4th highest pace.
Crazy.
You guys are supposed to be old. Like, relax a little.
Darvingham, I guess. It's going to be fun to see the way this all plays out because if it stopped right now, they still got they still got these games to play out. But if it stopped right now, it would be the best first round in the history of anything if you happen to have the Heat, who have been to the thorn in the side of both Boston and ended Milwaukee's year, that's one of the draws. And then you have an Embiid-led 76ers, which is so far removed from an 8 seed in that state that having to draw them in the first round is just absolute murder. And then you've got all those teams in the middle that all they're catching the break of all. It's like Cleveland, hobbled New York, Indiana.
Magic.
And then the Magic, right. They're all catching the breaks. And imagine, these teams that had these unbelievable records. I mean, the Celtics are 11 and a half games ahead of everybody else. 12 now. 12 games. After last night. They are 12 games ahead.
And if you look at, it's not everything, but I think it does show just basically, Hubie Brown always talked about point differential.
Yeah.
That's how you know we're getting. The Celtics are plus 11.5. They are far and away better than everybody. Dude, the Bucks are plus 3.5. The Cavs are plus 3. Magic are plus 2.2. The Knicks are plus 4.5. Pacers plus 2.5. Sixers plus. All these teams are they really are. Seems like they're all fairly even matched. You don't know what'll happen.
Let me see here.
The Knicks do have the second best point differential in the East.
You love the Knicks.
I do love the Knicks.
So right now, the 71-72 Lakers had the highest point differential ever. That was 12.28.
Is that what Jerry West and Elgin Baylor?
And then you had the 70-71 Bucks, who were 2.26.
Oscar and Kareem.
95-96 Bulls were 12.2. The 16-17 Warriors, which were 11.6. And then this year's Celtics.
It's crazy.
I mean, it's the fifth best regular season team ever.
And we're unsure that they're going to win the title.
Right.
I wouldn't pick them to win the title.
Well, what's crazy is, and Mad Dog can get beat up a lot for his rants and whatever on First Take. But there was this thing yesterday that he was doing. He was they were trying to figure out where they would put Tatum. And, the way he always composes the argument is the way he did for 30 successful years every afternoon on WFAN in New York. And he's just sitting there, and then he puts everybody's feet to the fire, and he goes, life on the line, it's a series. Do you want Jason Tatum or do you want, Kevin Durant? Oh, come on, do you want Jason Tatum or you want LeBron James? Come on, of course you want LeBron James. You want Jason Tatum or you want Steph Curry? Come on. You know who you want, right? And he's going there, and he got to 6 or 7 names, and he's like, I haven't even thought about it yet. I haven't even thought about it. And it's it is. Seriously, when it is put in this way, and he didn't even get to Giannis or Luka or whatever, it's at what point would you take Tatum, honestly? As the guy,
Tatum just doesn't have the dog in him.
Get this guy or you get that guy. You know what I mean? And obviously you got Jokic. You got Jokic, you got Giannis, you got Luka, and maybe he's disrespected, but I think most people feel the same way, which is if I could have this guy for a series or him for a series, we're getting down the list.
So
two guys on the Bucks I'd rather have than him.
It has been noted how Jason Tatum in the clutch has not. It's been bad. It's been really bad. Tom Haberstroh put out a video about this. They said
Jaylen Brown.
The Celtics in clutch time. They need more Jaylen Brown and less Jason Tatum. That Jaylen Brown's usage rate drops more than any other guy in the league in clutch times that averages 20 points per game or more.
Right.
And Jaylen Brown's had an awesome season.
Now,
their whole team has.
You also don't know.
Right.
In fairness, if that were extended.
Right.
With those. I think the point is that neither of them should just be ISO trying to score. They need trying to ISO score, but rather run something.
Because that's not how they beat you during the rest of the game. The ball, the ball pops with them, and then it's gets clutch time, and it just sticks.
That's right. And so I It is an odd situation where they are the 5th best team in NBA history for the regular season, according to point differential. And in fact,
that's so crazy.
You look at that. You look at like modern, like ones that we've watched. You got to go pretty far down the list till you get to like the 2019-20 Bucks, because you got like 3 Warriors teams in there. You got a Spurs team in there. It's all these.
Yeah.
Like, I think virtually all of these were champions. You've got that Warriors team that lost, which we certainly remember how they lost. But
yeah,
virtually all these other teams became NBA champions, even going back to the 07-08 Celtics. I mean, and maybe we're just like, it's one of those where it's like nobody believes until they believe, right? Alex Rodriguez can't come through in the clutch until he comes through in the clutch. Phil Mickelson can't win a major until he wins a major. We do this all the time, right?
Yeah.
And Jason Tatum will take you home, and it will prove that they were just better than everybody, and we should have seen it. But it is crazy to think they have been involved in playoff games and they have been involved in high-stakes basketball for so long for people to still not think that they should be the prohibitive favorite. Virtually anybody that was having the 5th best regular season in the history of basketball. Right. And instead, if you were putting your money on a title today,
no one would take the Celtics.
I think Denver is the favorite, right?
I think Denver is who people, yeah.
He doesn't even have the Celtics going to the finals.
Life on the line. Life on the line.
Yeah, right.
Who are you taking to win the finals?
That's right.
Denver.
I mean, they're not. Boston's not even my pick in the East.
Yeah, I don't.
That's not his pick in the East either.
Me neither.
Who do you have getting out of the East? Like if you were just
the Bucks.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Bucks.
They just lost to the Wizards last one. What is that?
It's history of the game, right? Who do I think is the best? I know that over the course of a 75-plus year history of the NBA, you got to have one of the top 5 players in the league.
And you don't think Jason Tatum is that? I'm not disagreeing.
No. And so, but Giannis had 50 points in a Game 7 of the finals.
The Celtics
are. What do you want?
The Celtics are the betting favorite.
They are?
Are they?
Plus 200. Denver is plus 340. The Clippers are plus 700. The Bucks are plus 750. And then there's a drop off.
The Clippers are higher than the Bucks?
Yeah.
I think people think they could just turn it on.
That's crazy.
So they are the favorite right now?
Boston's the favorite.
And they're plus what?
200.
What's Denver?
That is
Denver's
nothing.
plus 340.
That is low odds.
Yeah,
right,
Denver's
so
plus 340.
So they are the betting favorite.
But that would be, those two are heavy favorites.
Yeah.
Celtics plus 200, Denver plus 340, and then it drops to
Milwaukee.
plus 700 and plus 750 for Milwaukee and the Clippers. Yeah. So, they are prohibitive favorites to make it out. Denver's plus 155 to win the West. Boston to win the East, minus 130.
Boston to win the East.
The Bucks are plus 320. And then it drops all the way to the Sixers at 12 to 1.
Is there something that we don't know about the Celtics team?
I mean,
it's just that they've been.
I just told you they were the 5th best regular season team of all time. I was trying to look. You got the MVP right there?
Oh, let me get it back.
Just pull up the player things.
Okay.
I mean, I've got to imagine Jokic is.
It has to be, right?
Far and away, right? So I took part in Bontemps' thing, which I'm hoping he makes it here this weekend. Bontemps has kind of been on the Embiid beat, and so when he texts me this weekend about the MVP straw poll, who I've told you I know that he doesn't put anybody's names in here, but I certainly have told you I don't care. I take part in it. He sends me the thing. He says, "Who would you vote for, 1 through 5?" And we started chit-chatting back and forth, and I told him, and I was like, if Embiid, he's like, I'm just on Embiid watch. And I'm like, well, give me a heads up if you're going to be coming to Memphis this weekend, because if Embiid's playing in Memphis, he's like, he very well might be back by then. Now, who knows if he is going to play on Saturday, because you said it was a back-to-back, right? And they play Wemby the next night.
Yeah.
And so you'd imagine he'll choose one of those 2 games. Or, depending on their situation, standings-wise, he might want to just play this out. I mean, it's as a ramp-up to the playoffs. I mean, the brace he is wearing is the size of an 18-wheeler. So it's hard to believe that thing could, like, did you see that thing?
Yeah.
You ain't tweaking nothing with that. It's like freaking Forrest Gump legs. You know what I mean?
He's going to be running in one day and just breaks off, and he's like, oh.
Seriously, it looked like something like you would have on a Transformer. I promise you, that knee is not moving any direction that you would try to move it. It is stable as hell. But anyways, is Jokic prohibitive? It's not. It can't be. All right, tell me this. I saw where Rudy Gobert is minus 3,500 to win Defensive Player of the Year. So that would mean you would have to bet $3,500 to win 100.
Okay, you would have to bet
for Rudy Gobert.
You would have to bet $2,000 to win 100.
It's minus 2,000.
Minus 2,000 for Jokic to win MVP.
Okay, I had him number one. In
that
the
betting is so weird.
In the straw poll.
Yeah.
Right. So I had him number one. Hold on, I'm gonna try to find the Bontemps article. Yeah.
This is our partner, Caesar Sportsbook. On theirs, Gobert is minus 2,500.
Okay. So I had Jokic number one.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll do this in reference to the. Oh wow.
Oh my God.
There's only 5 guys on here listed that you can.
Yeah,
vote,
he only has 5 too.
Okay.
Yeah, I only had 5.
That's all they have even that you could bet on here is 5 guys right now.
I had Jokic number one. I had Luka number 2.
Luka's number 2 plus 700.
I had Luka number 2. I had Gilgeous-Alexander 3.
He is third.
So
20-1.
On the straw poll though, that is flipped. I was not.
Like it was Shea and then Luka?
Correct.
Okay.
And then
these last 2 have the same odds that you can bet on.
So
I had Giannis.
Giannis is
At
100 to
4.
1.
And then 5, I didn't have like a strong opinion on it, so I threw a bone to Sabonis, so his name would be on there. He is having one of the great seasons of all time, and nobody cares.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, I don't
Who's
care.
5th?
I'll just throw him
Tatum.
in there.
Tatum?
Jason Tatum.
And I was not alone. There's 3. There's
Yeah.
3 of us that gave him I gave him a 5th place vote on that thing. I know everybody was going to have Tatum.
Yeah.
But to me, and by
Not
the way,
having a Celtic is a little
Sabonis
crazy.
had like 20 and 20 last night.
He's
Again, he is having a season. I think I read where I think I marked it down. It was one of those like honoring one of the great seasons ever. It was the only players with 1,000 rebounds and 600 assists in a season are Wilt Chamberlain and Domantas Sabonis this year. In the history of basketball, no one has ever had 1,000 rebounds and 600 assists. It's like we continually give credit to guys who have these absurd statistical years. And it's not like his team sucks. It's like, dude, he's literally having, I get it, people don't like him, he's boring, whatever. He is having a historically amazing year.
Yeah.
But so are the Celtics. And you
I
have
got
one
it.
Celtic on the thing.
But I mean,
2014 and 8 is freaking awesome. I mean, that's
Jason Tatum is great. There's no question. But again, this was a 5th place vote. Neither of them had any chance.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I thought, hey, to me, it is worthwhile in this entirely meaningless poll to say, hey, man, this guy deserves some credit for this crazy-ass season he has had.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because at that point, I don't think there is an MVP of the Celtics. I don't.
They're more team.
Yeah. I mean, they got what? I mean, I don't.
Their
Drew
top-
Holiday's probably not going to be in the Hall of Fame, but I mean, like, they got.
their top 6-7 guys are
Come on.
Just good.
Porzingis, Derek White, Al Horford, Jaylen Brown. Like, dude, their top 6-7 guys are really, really.
Bro, if you took
That's why they're 12 games
if you
ahead.
took Sabonis or Fox off that Sacramento team, they would be awful.
I mean, I kind of think they're going to be awful
Awful.
without Herter and Monk.
No, but dude, take Sabonis off that team.
They don't have a.
They have
They don't have a
literally
scorer.
nothing.
Nothing.
So I mean, if we're doing like value, I think I could win that argument too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, again, we're not talking about winning a title here, right? They're not winning a title without Jason Tatum. But I promise you, if Jason Tatum wasn't playing for the Celtics, they'd still be awesome.
Yeah.
They wouldn't be historically awesome, but they'd still be awesome.
They'd be a good team.
Yes. If Jason Tatum was out for 20 games, they're not going 5-15. They're not even going 10-10. They're like 15-5 instead of 19-1 or whatever the hell they go every 20 games. How many games have they lost? I feel like
Celtics,
every time it's news.
59-16.
16 the whole season. I mean, they are having an insane season.
By the way, the Wizards and the Pistons have fewer wins than the Celtics do losses.
The Pistons are despicable.
The
Can you
Pistons,
guys believe I said they were going to be good this year?
The Pistons have 13 wins. The Wizards have 15 wins. And the Celtics only have 16 losses.
I mean, the Pistons aren't as despicable as the Wizards. The Wizards are the most despicable.
I don't know.
By far.
Dude, does any team have, like, worse losses than Milwaukee of the good teams?
Yeah, they lost to.
Remember they came in here against us on TNT before the All-Star break. They've also the Wizards last night. And Giannis had an amazing game.
Wait till they triple team Gigi Jackson tonight.
Oh my God, they are. That's why last night's game they were not. They're like, we are going to.
We got to get ready for Gigi.
Oh my God, we'll find out what the line is on this.
I talked to their silent reporter earlier, and she said that they never play good when they have 2 days off. She's like, they'll play better when they are back to back and they're locked in. She's like, their mind's gone.
The other thing is they turn up when they play against the good teams.
Yeah, they do.
Of course.
Like you look at their record against the top 7 teams. I had it somewhere, and it's from a show we did last week. I think I had them at it was something crazy. It was like 11-4 or some crap. It was some kind of great record. I think it was something like that. It was like 11-4, something close to that, where they have not been, they have their issues, and yet their clutch numbers are unbelievable, and their record against the good teams is great. So that's what that tells you, right? Like, if they're in these close games, they typically get it done, and they've been outside of last,
Dame also didn't play last night. Not that he's.
And remove yourself from that. I mean, the at the beginning of the week, and some of this has changed a little bit, but the best teams since the All-Star break have been Denver, Boston, Houston, who's trying to make a push for it, OKC, Orlando, and then the Bucks were right there. I mean, so it's not like they hadn't been one of the best teams since the All-Star break. They have been playing much, much better since the All-Star break and kind of ramping up. And go look at Giannis's numbers recently. I mean, it's crazy. It's like freaking 40 points, 17 rebounds, 7 assists a night or something. It's something
He's
stupid.
bananas.
It's something stupid like that. Like, really.
He had 35, 15, and 10 last night.
And what about the game before?
36, 16, and 8, 35, 14, and 4, 29, 21, and 11, 30, 19, and 4.
He sucks.
32, 11, and 7.
You think he's ramping up?
He had a 34, 14, and 12, a 46, 16, and 6. Like, oh, my God.
Yeah.
He sucks.
Think he's ramping up?
Oh, my God.
A little bit for the playoff time?
Imagine if he hit free throws better, if he didn't shoot like 65% from the free throw line.
Yeah, I know.
Because he goes there 1,000,000 times a game.
Yeah, a couple other news and notes I want to get to before Jessica Benson is going to join us. Couple things. First, the huge NFL trade where Stefon Diggs is going to the Houston Texans. Unbelievable news for C.J. Stroud. All right, so this is my immediate thought was, wow, you've got this outstanding young quarterback, and now he's going to have Nico Collins, now he's going to have Tank Dell, he's got Dalton Schultz there, and now you're adding in Stefon Diggs. The other side was, you think about sometimes the windows for how happy and successful are shorter than you want them to be, and they were, less than 20 seconds away from knocking off the Chiefs just a year ago, and then obviously this past year we're in that great game against Kansas City. So the margins are so slim, they just got Mahomes, right, 2 years in a row. The other part of me was like, the banter with, Diggs and Diggs getting, showing a level of discontent there. If I read it right, they are going to eat a $30 million cap. Like, he has just got to be a raging a-hole in the locker room.
Yeah.
Like, truly.
I thought that
he has to be.
My first thought.
If you're willing to eat $30 million,
Yeah.
I get that they're in cap hell
It
anyway.
ran its course.
But, bro, you're still not eating $30 million unless you just want him elsewhere.
Yeah, unless you just want him elsewhere.
Damn.
I'm like, damn, Stefon.
It is. That was my first thought. Was
Well, they wanted him out of
man.
Minnesota. These receivers, boy,
So,
when they get mad, they get mad.
So here's the thing with Diggs. Like he's going to go to Texans, which you look at that and you're like, C.J. Stroud, you've got all the weapons now in the world. Diggs is usually good at first.
Yeah,
he's
hell
good.
yeah.
So this first
It'll be
year,
a new lease on life.
New lease on life. He's going to be great. Dude, and it happened in Minnesota, it happened in Buffalo. Give it that, like, third season, and Diggs going to be pissed
Well, because
off.
the other thing is this. It's not like he's had, these quarterbacks that are anything other than, like, seemingly the nicest, most catering guys ever. It's Kirk Cousins and then Josh Allen.
By the
who
way,
are both, like, not demonstrative, like...
By the way, who is, like, you talk about your son, like, the kids, they love him, wide receiver. Love him.
Oh,
Like,
Jefferson.
Swears by Kirk Cousins.
Right.
Like, loves him. It's like,
Yeah.
dude, Kirk's like the cool, he is the most genuine, nice guy you'll ever meet. Like, he's the best. And Stefon Diggs, like, I hate this guy. Get me out of here.
The receivers all go a little crazy.
And they hate Josh Allen.
Even
like,
the quietest guy in the world, like Amari Cooper, got so frustrated
Yeah.
when he was playing with Dallas, right? That he got,
And by the way,
I get it. Look, you have to be a selfish
Yeah.
guy. You're running that route every time, and you're getting it what? Maybe, in his case, he's touching the ball 4 or 5 times a game in many
Yeah.
cases. Probably always thinking he's open.
They all think
Throw
they're
me
open.
the damn ball.
Every time they think they're open.
But damn, bro, he must have been like bad about it for them to want to. It $30 million.
Yeah.
You ain't eating $30 million to get rid of a guy.
By the way, Josh Allen also. Everybody likes
That's what
Josh
I'm saying.
Allen. Yeah, everybody likes Josh Allen.
Like he's not. Some guys are pricks, right? You
Yeah.
can see them getting into it with, but I could see Antonio Brown getting mad,
Yes.
and then Ben Roethlisberger like not being cool about it.
Yeah.
But I feel like Josh Allen and Kirk Cousins are both like, "I'm trying, man. I'm trying to get
Yeah,
to
I'm
the
trying,
point."
dude.
Like, calm down. It's okay. Like, nah, man, no. It's like Stefon Diggs was
Cousins
horrible.
is like, we also have Adam Thielen. We also have Dalvin Cook here. Like, we got to spread the ball around a little bit. I'm like trying to be okay. And
Yep.
yeah, he's just.
All right. The other thing was Steve Clifford is stepping down with the Hornets. I mean, look, step down,
They're keeping
fired,
him on,
whatever.
though.
They're saving some face on this, huh?
They said they're keeping him around as a consultant.
Yeah. That means we still owe
I
him
know.
money, and so they'll ask for his counsel on things. But there's going to be a whole new lease on life with the new owners and everything. New owners, new management, new coach. And I do think they are, when of the sorry teams that we saw in person, they are by far the closest. By far. I mean, you got LaMelo, you got Bridges, you got Mark Williams, you got Grant Williams, you got a couple other
Brandon
dudes.
Miller.
Brandon Miller. Like, you're not far.
No, they got talent.
From being a playoff team.
They got real players.
Yes,
Yeah,
they're the closest of the sorry teams, and so they'll get a whole new lease on life, and they'll just have to do it right. And man, they have an opening there in Charlotte because everybody's mad at the Carolina Panthers and how sorry they are. Other thing that I want to mention was there was news on the NBA draft, which has always mattered to us. So a few weeks ago, when I was talking about the NBA draft with Kevin O'Connor, we were going through his draft board. He was like, look, you used to do this, guys that won't suck. And, you love these bulldog kind of guys. You love these hard-nosed, tough kind of players. And I was like, I do. And he goes, I want you to go watch Devin Carter from Providence. You're going to love him. He's going to be a guy for you. You're going to fall in love with Devin Carter, right? And I was like, say less, right? Of course, I watched Devin Carter. I watched him in the Big East tournament. I watched his clips. I'm like, you're right. My kind of guy. It wasn't until like 3 days ago, and I feel like a jerk face for this. No, not 3 days. Yeah, maybe three or 4 days ago. Somebody came up to me, and they're like, so what about the draft, blah, blah, blah. And I was telling them, kind of who I've been looking at, and I like this guy, and I like this guy, and I'm like, I don't really know about this guy, whatever. And they're like, what about AC's kid? You like him? And I was like, what are you talking about? And they're like, AC's kid's in this draft. Anthony Carter, who was on our staff. His kid is Devin Carter.
Oh, that's cool.
Until you just said that right now.
Did you know?
Nope. Until you just said Anthony. Because again, everyone just calls him AC. I understand what his name is.
Right.
I get it. I never clicked. Never clicked for one split second.
Ask me if I watched AC's kid, and I'm like, who's his kid? And they're like,
are we dumb?
Devin Carter that plays at Providence? And I was like, hold on.
You know where I thought you were going with that? Is that you say Bulldog, last name Carter. I'm like, I thought you were going to go with he's Javon's little brother or whatever, because we know his mom. And like, yeah.
Devin Carter was Big East Player of the Year and told the ESPN that his college career is over and he's declaring for the NBA draft. Carter was ranked number 17 in the ESPN Top 100 amongst NBA draft prospects, had an outstanding year at Providence, leading the Big East in scoring and finished third in the conference in rebounding. 20 points, 8.7 rebounds, 3.6 assists, 1.8 steals, 1 block, 38% from 3. You tell me that ain't exactly who the Grizzlies want. Carter is the son of Anthony Carter, who played in the NBA for 13 years as an undrafted free agent and is currently an assistant coach for the Memphis Grizzlies. How about that? How about that? I swear to God, I didn't even know until 4 days ago.
Well, if we don't get him, the Miami Heat will.
You're right.
Because that's where Anthony Carter was before this.
Hey, you got to watch him. He is absolutely awesome.
That's cool.
He is awesome.
Look at him doing work against Creighton.
Bro, I had no idea he was AC's son.
I mean, Carter is a very common last name.
I got you. I just didn't even know Anthony Carter's son was the best player in the Big East.
Yeah.
Figures like something I should have known all year.
He's a big kid.
How about this? Lee led the conference in scoring and was third in rebounding and averages basically 3 stocks a game.
Devin Carter.
So he does everything.
Anthony Carter.
And Kevin O'Connor was dead on right because he brought him up to me.
He's got nice hair.
He brought him up to me like way in advance. This is weeks ago. As a guy that was down his draft board that he thought I would love. He's like, this is the guy I want you to watch. Watch Devin Carter at Providence. So, of course, I went back to him and I'm like, you're right. I love him. And then it was like, whatever. Within the last week, somebody's like, hey, you like AC's kid? And I'm like, who? I was like, Anthony Carter has a son in this draft? And they're like, Devin Carter. He plays for Providence? And I'm like, hold on, what? What? How crazy is that? We didn't even know. We knew all about Niall Ivey's kid, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
We sure did. He was here a lot too, though.
He was.
He was.
Right? Like he was always around, like
This kid was Big East Player of the Year.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, but Jaden.
Great.
Jaden was an All-American.
Yeah, he was in high school,
like,
right?
At Purdue. Like, but he was. He was like
great college player.
Like we knew him. Also, you play at Purdue. Like
he was also a projected top 5 draft pick.
He was.
Yeah.
This kid will go in the lottery. That would be my prediction. He's projected to Miami. I would bet you that he goes in the lottery. He's what? I think they say he's 17th right now. This is the kind of guy. He's 6'3", 200 pounds. He's already proven he's awesome. He shoots threes. He gets steals and blocks.
Yeah, Kevin's got him to Miami at 16.
Yeah, this guy will go. This is one of those guys that's going to end up going in the lottery, maybe even like the top 10 by it's all said and done. Because those other guys are going to fall down, like the Filipowskis and the whoever. Like, the more people see this guy, and if he's that kind of a dog, you're going to get him into workouts, and he's going to beat people's asses.
I didn't care. I was not impressed by Filipowski.
No, nobody was. He was like 2 for 1,000 in the last game that they had.
Yeah.
2 for 1,000.
I mean, come on. How are you not working NC State?
Like, just go beat
DJ
big.
Burns is cooking.
Yeah.
What about you? You got Fingernail Boy cooking for your team.
I like Fingernail Boy.
You would.
Fingernail Boy.
Yeah.
I like him.
You signed a deal with a nail polish thing?
You did.
Before a female athlete is crazy, but
no female athlete has a nail polish deal?
I don't think so.
Oh.
Not that's like widely like.
Well, get it together, Maybelline.
It was Sally Hansen.
What is Sally Hansen good?
I don't wear nail polish.
You don't?
Like no.
You get fake nails?
Yeah.
What is just too much maintenance to do the nail polish thing?
How
much are nails?
$100.
How long they last?
Month-ish, 3 weeks to a month.
Pretty expensive.
Yeah.
Do you take them off? You can't take them off.
Me, I can't take them off. I
What
have
if
to go
they
to
break?
You have to go get new ones, right?
So what, do you get a replacement? Like, is there like a
Yeah,
warranty?
you go into the salon again.
Do you have to pay again? Like, if just one nail breaks, you have to pay for the one new
Yeah, it's
nail?
usually like $5 to $10 for one nail.
Okay.
Give me one nail.
One nail.
Give me one nail. All right, let's take a break. We'll come back. Jessica Benson's going to join us. Chris Vernon Show.
Now for a limited time, the new $1.99 crispy tender wraps are here at Sonic. Who could deny a crispy chicken tender with bold flavors like hickory barbecue and cheesy Baja? And we can't forget the crisp lettuce and melty cheese to make the perfect bite. Wrap yourself up with some TLC, tender, love, and chicken for only $1.99. Sonic $1.99 crispy tender wraps. Tax not included, limited time only at participating Sonic drive-ins.
Did I invent this? Low-key?
Did you?
I spent years calling my ex-producer Cowboy Carson, and now Beyonce. She decides she wants to dabble in country, in the genre. Now she's calling her album Cowboy Carter.
When she's doing her next concert, and she says, "Hey, my new album's about to come out. Cowboy Carter."
Inspired by the Gary Parrish Show.
Shout out GP in Memphis.
The Gary Parrish Show, live weekdays at 10 a.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
We know there's only one team you want to watch, and Bally Sports is the place to get your Grizzlies. Experience the comebacks, the buzzer beaters, the can't-miss Memphis-made moments, live. Bally Sports keeps the grind going before and after the game, too, with Pete, Brevin, Fish, and Chris on Grizzlies Live. Watch Grizzlies basketball all season long with Bally Sports and streaming on the Bally Sports app. Bally Sports, home of the only team you want to watch.
Vince Williams is going to go to All-Star Weekend. Now, what a great thing for him.
Kudos to Vince Williams Jr. You know, he was an injury replacement on the Panini Rising Stars. He'll get a chance to be part of the All-Star Weekend Showcase.
Hey, Grizzlies fans, be sure to tune in to Grizzbeat, where the panel and I break down all things Grizzlies and take a look at the rest of the NBA as well. The show is live every Wednesday, 2 p.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
There's no substitute for experience, the knowledge gained from having been there before, and the passion to share what you know to make everyone around you better. It's true in basketball. It's true in banking. Grizzlies Checking from Pinnacle. Play hard. Bank easy. Open a Grizzlies checking account with at least $100 and a recurring direct deposit by January 12th, and you could receive a $200 direct deposit bonus into your account and be entered into our Grizmas drawing. Details at grizzliesbanking.com. Member FDIC.
LifeCare Ambulance is proud to be an official partner of the Memphis Grizzlies and FedEx Forum. At LifeCare, they wear their hearts with pride. Their passion is their people. They want you to love what you do and where you do it. Their employee-driven culture encourages a healthy work-life balance and supportive work environment. They invest in your success and well-being so that you can provide the best care for the patients that they serve. Join the incredible team of EMTs and paramedics in Memphis, Nashville, and across the nation today. Learn more at lifecareamb.com.
It's more fun to be there live to see the Memphis Grizzlies hit the court all season long. From the electricity and FedEx Forum to the highlight reel plays, there's nothing quite like Grizzlies basketball. As the official marketplace of the Memphis Grizzlies, Ticketmaster gets you in with a huge selection of seats. So get off the couch and into the stands while you still can. Score tickets today at Ticketmaster.com. That's Ticketmaster.com.
Today we have two very special guests on our program, introducing Lem and Lime.
Hello.
For Starry Lemon Lime Soda.
Thanks for having us.
What is Starry Lemon Lime Soda?
It's a crisp, clear burst of lemon lime flavor, and it's caffeine-free.
Between us, one of you must be a little more important to Starry than the other. Who is it?
We're both important.
So it could just as easily be Starry Lime Lemon Soda.
No, that doesn't sound right. Oh, I like it. So you saying hip-hop could be hop-hip? Works for me.
Starry Lemon Lime Soda. Starry hits different.
We know there's only one team you want to watch, and Bally Sports is the place to get your Grizzlies. Experience the comebacks, the buzzer beaters, the can't-miss Memphis-made moments, live. Bally Sports keeps the grind going before and after the game, too, with Pete, Brevin, Fish, and Chris on Grizzlies Live. Watch Grizzlies basketball all season long with Bally Sports and streaming on the Bally Sports app. Bally Sports, home of the only team you want to watch.
Welcome back to the Chris Vernon Show on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app, presented by Caesars Sportsbook. Now, back to your host, Chris Vernon.
Look, ball so hard they don't know what the rate mean. Yeah, pedal to the metal, I'm gone, don't chase me. Yeah, all up in my zone, can't no one faze me. Yeah. All eyes on me, got the whole world waiting. Say I'm in my bag, that's an understate. My wings got a match, so they gonna hate. The pack got me going like a runaway. On beats I go down like I'm from the bay. Let me demonstrate, watch me float to the bank, I levitate. I'm in my zone, NCAA. Straight to the top, how I elevate, scoring on every play. Yeah.
All right, we're back. Chris Vernon Show. Show goes brought to you by Caesars Sportsbook. You can go to your app store. You can type in Caesars Sportsbook, and you can download the app for free. You can use it legally in the state of Tennessee. New users get up to $1,000 back as a bonus bet if you lose your first wager using the code GCM1000, GCM1000. Caesars Sportsbook. Jessica Benson is on the Jessica Benson Show every morning on Grind City Media at 8 o'clock. You can watch it on YouTube. You can watch it on Grind City Media. You can watch it on the app. You can download it later via iTunes and Spotify and everywhere else. She's here now. Hello, Jessica.
Hello, Christopher.
Before we went on the air,
Yes.
you said that you yourself are, I did not realize, a public speaker.
Once upon a time.
You're a regular Winston Churchill yourself.
I said in the chat, I was never asked back.
You weren't?
I was never asked back.
She said for good reason, though.
Where did you?
I told a student to F off.
You did not.
I did too. Dead ass. I'm dead serious.
At the University of Memphis?
Yeah, would you like
Jessica,
the story?
you have to.
I know, I have to tell the story now.
You told a student to F off?
Yes.
In class?
Wait, let me be perfectly clear. I would have been asked. I would have been asked back, but this was February of 2020.
Okay.
COVID.
Yep.
And the professor of this class has since moved to another place, and we still talk regularly. So we're cool.
Okay.
Like it was fine. But through the grapevine, U of M classes, for whatever reason, never asked me to come back. But it's a great reason. So the origin story of this kid, I knew this kid before I spoke to the class. I did not know he was in the class when I agreed to speak to the class.
How did you know
But
him?
there was this little troll who was like trolling the Memphis sports media hard. He was a wannabe sports journalist. He was studying at the University of Memphis. He probably contacted you guys at some point once upon a time. But he would
What
just
was
say,
his name?
I'm not going to say his name.
Okay.
I don't want to breathe air into
Do you think we know him?
Can you
Might have-
tell us
just tell us
air?
off the air. Tell us off the air.
I
Yeah,
will.
yeah.
And he's come back into the universe. It's crazy.
Oh,
But-
is he in the media?
No, but he found me on TikTok recently and started spamming my account with like BS again. And I was like, block, block, block. Anyway.
Oh, he's obsessed,
Yeah,
honey.
it's a lot. So anyway, he was a particularly rough with some of the things that he said about me and like as a woman and like kitchen stuff, just the normal stuff. But I just blocked him.
Kitchen stuff.
Kitchen stuff, regular stuff. Should have my
Roser,
credentials.
I've told you to
Should
stop
be more
with the
concerned
kitchen.
about making babies. Like.
Roser, enough with the make a sandwich stuff. All right,
that's
come on.
And it was Roser's
I
burner.
believe-
And this is my revenge moment.
See, y'all got this so wrong because y'all know I love to cook. I'm a man who cooks.
Oh, for goodness sake.
Okay. I'm
Yeah.
married to a man who cooks. So
Yeah,
we do
why don't you
appreciate
go, why don't you go
that.
get a
Let
nail
me
polish?
cook.
Go get a nail polish deal.
But so I blocked him, right? So I blocked him eventually because I was like, holy sh! Like no one had ever been like that constant, and you're in local news,
Yeah.
and so like you really feel it.
Sure.
Hit the block button, moved on, whatever. Didn't want to deal with it. I ended up
Because
getting a
it
message.
stands out dramatically. It's not like
Yes.
we're friggin' and what the weirdest part about in Memphis, you meet the people that hate on you.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like it's not like
that's
we're
so,
in.
It's so true, and so it just felt. And he's a student. He wants to be
Right, in
a
the
sports
media.
person someday. And so I ended up getting like an apology text from the University of Memphis. Someone who worked in the SID department at the time, and was like, "I want you to know, like, we've revoked his credentials." And I was like, "I didn't ask for that. Like, can you be perfectly clear? Like, I did not."
Yep.
Because you're a woman.
Sure.
You don't want to be difficult, God forbid. You don't want to overreact. And so, anyway, that was the last I had heard of him, and we just move on. He's blocked, out of sight, out of mind, doesn't have credentials anymore. Oopsie. And so I go to speak to this class, and I go in, and the second I enter this classroom, this is maybe like a year and a half, 2 years later, I see that kid, and I recognize him, and I know him, and I'm like, oh no. And so I give my whole spiel, and I just try not to think about it, and I'm like, I was asked to be here, I'm a professional, you're a loser, whatever.
Right.
And we get to the question and answers part.
That was the best part of the speech.
Best part's
I was
crazy.
asked to be here.
No,
I'm a
this is
professional.
the
You're a loser.
This is the best part of the speech because I opened it up for question and answers, and it was not the first question, but I think maybe like third or fourth. And he looks me in the eye, and I say, "Yes, sir." And he goes, "Can you tell me the starting five of the team that won the NBA championship in 1993?" And I literally go, "Oh, F off." And I say it full straight because I was
Are you kidding?
so annoyed by this who
Right.
still obviously
Yes.
annoys me to this day. And he ended up coming up to me at the end of the class and apologized for everything. He's like, "I know you know who I am, and I'm sorry." And I was like, "No, stand on it. If you're gonna
Stand
be
on
this,
business.
stand on
Stand
business.
on
Be
business.
this forever." But I was encouraged. I was like, "Okay, maybe there's hope for him." Like he
Did
was
the rest of the
embarrassed.
class laugh, or did they
Of
all
course,
gasp?
Both. And the professor was like, I was like, "Well, sorry about it."
I wish there was a
It was
video
great.
of this.
It was great. And so
Could
I
you-
thought I would never see him again. And then, like, literally, maybe 6 months or so ago, when I started trying to make more TikToks and do that thing, like, within
He showed
weeks,
back up.
He showed back up
Oh
in the
my
comments.
Saying
And I
nice
was
things
like,
or
no,
mean things again?
horrible things.
He's back. He's back.
At least you're consistent, buddy. But anyway, University of Memphis, I'm available for any of your future courses.
Well, there you
Keep
go,
'em honest.
Kels.
I mean, I got a one upper, right?
Yes.
I gotta
Yes.
Yes.
punch a kid or something.
That's it.
Okay.
That's it. That's the
Okay.
only answer.
That's the only
Okay.
way. You guys are moving
Oh, God.
women's sports reporting forward.
You know, you
They
you
can't.
haven't
You're
really
not
made
gonna
it
hit me with no
until you can
BS.
punch a kid.
Yeah, I'm not listening to this BS.
I'm a professional. You're a loser.
And Kelcey, on the other hand, you know what's gonna be funny is if that kid shows up at Ole Miss
I'd die.
tomorrow. You know, he just goes from school to school. Wherever they're gonna have female sports reporters, and he's like, "Can you tell me the starting five of the 1993 NBA champions?" And Kelcey will be like, "I'm sorry, I'm from Canada.
Sorry,
I wasn't.
I'm just a Canadian. We don't have basketball up there.
Sorry.
I'm so sorry.
I wasn't even alive in 1993.
Sorry. This is before my time.
That's why I was like, I was 1 year old. Thank you.
Sorry.
So annoying. I just tried to look him up. He doesn't pop up. He's secret.
Well, it's probably because you've blocked him on everything.
It's probably
Type
true.
him in on my computer.
There you go.
He'll
That's
pop
the
up.
difference.
Oh my gosh.
Anyway.
All right. What do we need to know that's going on in the world of pop culture and entertainment?
All I want to do is talk about the new Beyonce album.
Oh, Cowboy Carter.
Yeah, yeehaw.
I got a text
Yeah.
early Friday morning, just raving about Cowboy Carter and how great it was and how much they loved it, and it was friggin' Roser.
Dead ass?
John Roser. Yeah,
It was you?
He loves
You know,
it.
I am not a Beyonce fan. I do. Her music is not
He
for me.
doesn't like Beyonce
He has
or
to-
country
he has
music,
to make
and like
sure you know that he doesn't like those things, but he liked country or Cowboy
Yeah.
Carter.
No, I will be honest.
That's okay.
The last like 8 songs.
8?
So you
Damn, how many
you just
are
like
there?
you just like
Yes.
Jolene?
What?
No.
27.
There's 27
Yeah,
songs.
that's what I'm
Some
saying.
of
It's a
them
little
are
Donda E. It just goes
spoken-
too long. Like it's just too
Are you
long.
talking? Okay, here's
Conspiracies,
how I
Jessica?
will. Conspiracies? Which one?
There's a
I
big
know there's-
conspiracy about Beyonce and the songs and Jay-Z's mistress.
What?
We'll get to that.
Oh my God, I thought it would be like the first thing she would talk about.
No, because I think, and as someone who appreciates the theater, this like listens almost like a musical or a play, and it feels very structured. And I think with music and with art in general, movies, TV shows, like people have opinions, right? You like things, you don't like things, and that's fine. But I think with this album, and I have listened to it between 7 and 10 times in its totality, and I've enjoyed it. I like it. My opinion is I like it. But I think at bare minimum, there has to be great respect for this album. Like the audacity of Beyonce to create what she ended up creating is pretty impressive from an artistry standpoint. Like she put out a press release, so there's no secrets except for conspiracy theories, but there's no secrets when it comes to like her inspirations and the things that she used. Every song is connected to an old country western movie or new country western movie, and she would have that movie playing while she was recording that particular song. Like even how the album begins with this very like cinematic American requiem, and it uses
She's probably doing something like that though, Jess. You know what I mean? Like the same way she did on HBO with that.
Exactly.
The album is going to be some visual medium at some point.
And that's where I think it is her. Like Lemonade is awesome.
Yeah.
But in my opinion, standing here, a couple days removed from this coming out, like I think this is her greatest achievement. I think it's remarkable, and I hope that it will get credited by the powers that be at the Grammys, because God,
it will. Jay-Z already set the stage for it. It will.
But I also think that it deserves it. Like there will be a lot of people who will be like, she just talked her way into it. Lemonade's awesome.
And the whole visual thing when she dropped that was just
but the way this is, like, it plays like a radio show, and so where Roser dumps out at the last like 7 or 8 songs, like it starts very country, or it starts almost like origin story country, and then it goes into this very like multi-genre space before going into more of like a hip-hop R&B at the end, and a lot of songs about like popping up and down and no hands and all your fun songs that you can get to in that scope. But like even the use of Blackbird and like using various other black women in country music and what the song Blackbird means and how Paul McCartney has talked about. Like I wrote that song about a young black girl, and now taking a genre that has been so exclusive and like giving it the Beyonce effect is very, very cool. I give it 10 out of 10.
Wow. Yeah. What are you talking about with these conspiracy theories?
Yeah, okay. Give me this, because I have existed in like the pure
what Jay-Z's mistress
album.
are we talking about? The one that he
Becky with the good hair,
or the one that he like
New
might have
mistress.
had, or the one that he might have had murdered?
Yeah, the one. Well, they think Beyonce. They think Beyonce murdered her now.
Kathy White.
Oh, that's why that's come back up.
Yeah. Because the song, whatever, I don't know what song it was, it has like lyrics that Beyonce's like hinting at the fact that she got rid of the mistress. And
the remake of Jolene is very much a not like pleading you not to take my man,
and
so I
then
will effing kill you if you take my man.
Whatever their baby is, not North. Blue Ivy is actually her baby, and they killed the mistress, and they're raising her child as hers. TikTok is a crazy place.
Jeez. TikTok is a crazy place.
You can't. This why Lizzo quit.
That's our next story.
Is it really? Seamless transition.
I totally understand Lizzo, but she said, I can't take this crap no more.
Well,
I get it.
I totally get it.
These people get famous and they realize they don't want to be famous.
Well,
it's not
she's
worth
the butt
it.
of every
joke. Of course she
Before
is.
we move to the Lizzo thing, though, and that's the same. Like even Beyonce, who makes something like this, God, I didn't realize we had so many country music purists in this world. Like there was a op-ed that just dropped in the Houston Chronicle in the last couple of days, where the title was literally like, "Keep country clean."
Oh my God.
And
I am going to say this,
What
though.
is the insinuation of? I'll tell you what the insinuation is.
Well,
but-
I will say this. I will say that country purists, like the people that are country music purists, that is not because, in some cases, it might be because Beyonce is a black female that is doing this and that has not been her genre. But the country purists, they like friggin' hate Florida Georgia Line too, and they hate Sam Hill
and Luke Bryan.
And they hate Luke Bryan.
Yeah.
They don't like.
But it's so
they hate
funny because
anything that's not this old. I actually lived it. I do fish. I do have a tractor.
But then old kind of like actual origin story country music is closer to Beyonce than I fish, I have a trailer.
Very
like
maybe.
it's the snaps. She used my favorite just small detail, and it's something Dolly Parton used to do. Like her nails are credited as an instrument on the album. So it's like this old nature of like using what you've got.
Yeah.
And so very cool there. But God, some of the conversations around this. I really hope that she takes it to the CMAs and forces it down everybody.
funny.
I would love that.
It will be one of the most watched. You talk about a moment in pop culture, like that will be
There are some great songs
much
on that
watched.
album. Like great songs on that album.
Yeah. There
And
are.
and again, I say to somebody like, I don't like Beyonce's music.
Yeah.
Okay,
You know
so
who won't
as
be putting out great songs?
Lizzo. Okay, wait. Can we agree that Lizzo has bops though? Before we talk about
This is what they always do, though. She's not done.
I like
She's,
Lizzo.
I like Lizzo.
I like Lizzo.
I genuinely.
I love Lizzo.
I went
Yeah.
to her concert
She's so
here
fun.
and
But she's
fell in
gone.
love.
And, she's gonna leave, and then she's gonna.
Yeah, but she needed to stay gone for a little bit.
Wait,
She didn't need the little Instagram
She'll come
bye-bye
back.
post.
She'll come back. Because look, there's one of two things you do. You either quit, or you become like mega religious for about 6 months.
Yeah.
Those are your only options.
That's what they do. Every one of them.
Yes.
Who?
Every
Who's
one
done
of
that?
them.
Yeah, who?
Justin Bieber, Kanye West.
Yeah, but Bieber,
Go through
West started
anybody.
church.
Go through any of them.
Bieber's whole thing
A
too.
lot of them do it.
No, they
Yeah.
Keep Bieber.
Did you
He's
see that
so
video
sad.
that's been going around? God, I can't believe we're going
Bieber
back to more
and
conspiracy
OBJ?
theories. No, the Bieber and Diddy video where it looks like Diddy's checking to see if Bieber's wearing a wire
Yes,
during one
I
of their
saw it.
conversations. I mean, I don't know why else you would
Creepy.
do that.
I mean, he had it when he was 15 years old.
Everything Diddy
I
does
know.
is creepy.
I know.
Wake up in the morning feeling like, oh God,
Oh, poor Kesha.
Kesha's been through so much. Can we just give that song a break?
Yeah.
Just give it a
I
rest.
saw. I do. Like now, all these clips are resurfacing. You know what I mean? It's like one of
Yeah,
those
a
things where
lot.
like people like put the puzzle together, and all these old clips feel creepier than hell now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
I
they were-
saw this one. I saw
Yeah.
this one. It was like some boy band that he had put together. Did you see that one that was
No.
going around? There's some boy
I'm Making
band,
the- like a
not
Making
the
the Band.
Making the
Okay,
Band one,
different
a different one.
Yeah.
But they were like doing some interview on MTV, and the guy's like, "Look, I just want to be compensated for what I do. I'm not trying to be somebody's butt boy, blah blah blah." And I was like, "What?" Like he was saying all this stuff like 5 years ago.
nobody thought anything
Nobody even
back
thought
then?
Yeah.
No.
Like the other guys are like laughing. They're like, ah.
And the rumors are
It's like-
the rumors are the reason that there are other conspiracy theories that the reason this happened is because Puff Daddy, owns Ciroc and his company. They were suing Diageo, which is like by far the biggest manufacturer liquor brand, and that's why this stuff came is that Diageo had. They all got inside
Dirt.
people and they know people,
I'm
and
watching
it's like go
Sopranos
get them.
right now, so I can make anything feel
Yeah.
like it's very
So Lizzo-
multi-layered.
Lizzo's
anyway,
gone.
Lizzo
She
quit,
can't take
but
it
no,
anymore.
Now she unquit.
Wait.
You
Oh,
didn't
she's
see that
already
she
unquit?
Wait, I didn't hear that.
Well, she clarified what she quit.
Oh, what did she
She
quit?
had a video.
Social media.
She's quitting negative energy. Like, preach, girl.
Oh God, this is that's the worst. All
negative
right, now I
energy.
am done with
I
her.
talked about this on the show. So can you imagine going to your boss and being like, I quit, and they're like, okay, here's a box and here's all your stuff, and the next day you're like, I meant I quit negative energy.
Go try.
Dude,
Go downstairs and
Dude,
try.
yo, that is
But
that's
she's
freaking
officially-
Snoop
she's
Dogg with the
quitting-
I quit smoking weed.
No, that was
commercial.
brilliant. That was funny.
But between like Selena Gomez is doing a whole like quitting social media period right now. Lizzo's doing this now. She's quitting letting the negative people win. A lot of people think that
You have to
her
announce that,
original statement on Monday or Sunday, whenever that came out, that it happened at this moment because her motion to toss out that sexual harassment lawsuit was denied. So the case is moving forward. It's stalled right now because her team is appealing. There was like some very specific California law where if something is clearly defamation, you can very quickly get it tossed out of court, and a judge ruled against it originally. So now they're still trying to push
She's just
back.
overwhelmed.
I think so.
She was overwhelmed.
I think she's overwhelmed. And if you do
And hungry.
look up Lizzo,
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
That's
It was a
perfect.
joke.
Perfect example because I
She's
was
quit
searching
that.
Lizzo.
It was a
yeah, she
joke.
quit that.
She
That
quit
can't
that.
exist in Lizzo's world
She
now.
can't-
But
she
if you
quit-
look up, if you just type Lizzo on Twitter or X or whatever,
Don't
no,
laugh.
I'm not.
Don't
The answer-
laugh.
I'm staring at you.
He's
All of
hungry.
the posts are so
She's
gross.
hungry.
You know, they're all gross. Imagine hearing that all the time. But it is hard though because
Well,
she
then
also.
change your Instagram handle.
I was
from
gonna say it's also hard
Lizzo
because your
Bean.
entire thing is on body positivity.
Lizzo.
That's her Instagram.
I know.
handle.
I know.
What
And
are
she's
you-
wearing a thong.
Right.
She's in a bathing suit in the
Just-
announcement that she's quitting negative energy.
Of course she is.
I put it on the show. I was like, oh, I didn't know. I
Massive.
didn't know what she was wearing.
These massive cheeks and a handle that says Lizzo Bean.
I just want us to get back to where we can listen to Good as Hell.
I
and
can't believe
Truth
people are
Hurts.
mean to me.
Right.
It's a mean world.
I got it, but I mean, she does. I don't want to say anybody asks for it, but if you call yourself Lizzo be eating and celebrate your fatness.
But don't you think there's a difference between celebrating your size and body positivity of all times and people just constantly just dunk after dunk after dunk on how big you are? I don't know.
I think you celebrate it when you name yourself Lizzo be eating.
No, I agree with Jess because there's half of it where it's like she has to own that and she has to like act like she's very confident and that she's happy in her skin and all this. But at the same time, like you know you're a bigger girl. You don't need people to just be shitting on you.
Like the first joke that I see on Twitter is Lizzo came out of retirement to shake things up in Taiwan because there was an earthquake in Taiwan yesterday. Like, that's too far. Stop. Don't have that reaction.
Is she gonna change her handle to Lizzo be starving now?
No, she should be able to exist. But I also agree she didn't have to do the thirsty please, people come to my defense in this Instagram
I'm
post
quitting
and
negative energy.
What? Two things can be true. People
can I
can
also
be
announce
overly
that I'm
mean.
quitting negative energy?
Yeah,
can we all?
quitting
Can
negative
this be
energy.
a universal?
I'm quitting negative energy.
I think that's one of those things that just doesn't need to be said. Influencer Lizzo.
I think
what
that
other
just
tweets
means
did you find on there when you?
There's so many. Just
doesn't that mean you just have to get off social
never
media
ending.
when you quit negative energy? Like that
I think
really
so.
is what.
Someone in the chat said if I quit negative energy, I'll have nothing left.
Gosh.
Okay, so
Hold on, I gotta look
speaking
up.
of, no, don't do it to yourself.
I'm gonna look at Lizzo be eating. All right.
That's the most ridiculous name for yourself on Instagram.
Okay,
I'll just see what the first comment is.
Well, good luck. No, we all have
The way you fling everything to the side, you're so effortlessly funny, Lizzo. So cute. Lizzo, we love you.
What?
I've been wanting that one piece so bad.
Oh, we love Lizzo.
Damn, I look good. I know that's right.
Okay, I'm not on the comments on her video. I'm just on the searching Lizzo on Twitter train.
Here, I'll do
if
that.
you just search bar Lizzo.
I'll just search Lizzo. The first tweet that comes up. No, it's okay.
Are you kidding me? What is wrong with my husband? Tells me my timeline is aggressively
Yeah.
pessimistic.
I mean,
all
you
the
gotta
time.
you gotta go pretty far down to find a mean one, and then you find.
What? I have 6 in a row.
No, I'm talking about on hers.
Oh, you're on Instagram.
And then it said, "I thought you was quitting. Quit, Lizzo."
Okay, speaking of people who took a lot of hate on the internet, what another seamless transition. Number 3 was supposed to be the really dumb video of Drake shooting at a big head of Travis Scott at his concert. I don't know if you've seen that.
Okay.
But Travis Scott apparently had Metro Boomin and Future, or joined them at Rolling Loud earlier and was like trying to get them to do an early release of
he was.
Like That,
Yeah.
which is the one that Kendrick has the verse on about Drake, which is still the #1 song on the Billboard 100.
Yeah.
And still the #1 album as well on Apple Albums. So Beyonce, Cowboy Carter has not been able to jump into that spot. Anyway, there's this video going viral of Drake at one of his last shows, and it's just super weird. Like there's the big Travis Scott head in the back, and he shoots at it. That's what I think.
What does he shoot?
I don't know. It's his microphone, but then like some like.
Yeah, it's when he does
Pyrotechnic comes out.
like sicko mode.
Yeah.
Yeah, he points at the Travis Scott head and shoots it and like
Look,
like
I
pyro.
love Drake, but he is so annoying.
Yes. So
Like,
I wanted
he is
any
annoying.
excuse
He's
not to
so
talk
annoying.
about
I love
that.
him.
Did you see that Metro Boomin said that they were spammed by
know
like
who Metro
hundreds of
Oh, 416
There's no
and
question
area
he's
codes.
talented. There's no
I
question
saw
he's a
the
talented
416.
guy, but
You're so talented.
it's
Write
very
a verse, man.
It's
Like,
very
come on.
LeBron-esque.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know what?
I can respect that
Yeah,
he's good,
that's
but
a
he
really
is
great-
annoying as hell.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
A bit extra.
Yeah.
Just
A bit
just
extra.
a bit. Just a wee bit.
extra.
Anyway, instead of that, right before I came on, there was a big announcement in women's college basketball, and I saw Kelcey was here, and so here's the Drake thing before we get to that. So here he is.
He's so
And then
tough.
here's the Travis Scott.
I'm more excited about
And then
this.
boom.
Okay.
Okay.
Like,
Yay. We can move on now. More importantly.
way more importantly.
Angel
Corny.
Reese announced that she's going to the WNBA, and the reason this is a pop culture story is that she did it via Vogue. I would like to believe this is our first
That's sick.
ever
That's sick.
Vogue Sports broken announcement of that kind. And
Is
so-
there a Vogue Sports?
No.
No.
Oh,
She just did
No,
it
no,
on
no,
like,
just
Vogue.
straight
Oh.
Vogue. There's a Vogue cover shoot, or a Vogue photo shoot. It's high fashion, it's beautiful, and it was Angel Reese's official announcement that she will not be
That's
returning
cool.
to LSU and playing an additional year of college basketball. She will be entering the NBA
Is it already out?
draft. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Came
it
out
just
like-
came out
came out
like an
like-
hour ago.
So this was already planned.
Yeah, absolutely. But my favorite thing has been watching like people being like, ESPN says Angel Reese is going to the WNBA. I'm like, no.
Via Yoke.
Vogue says that WNBA
So I couldn't
is
believe
getting Angel
Bukers
Reese.
is coming back, huh?
Yeah. I think because
It'd
of her
be cool if
injury
all three.
history-
Because she had the year off.
Yeah.
It would be super cool though if all three went together.
But I think
Kerr,
Paige,
Clark, and Reese.
Paige still has like unfinished business.
I got you, but if they win the title,
yeah,
they probably won't.
I just feel like I don't want to speak for her because I don't know.
I'm just saying
but
this
this
is a
notion-
moment
yes,
for
it
the
is.
WNBA
Absolutely.
to where if they injected that thing with those three, whew, I mean, they're all three like mega famous.
Yes.
And
I was listening to this interview with Diana Taurasi, or no, I'm sorry, Sue Bird was talking about like when she knew there was this big shift coming in women's basketball, and it was when Paige Beckers and like Gigi Watkins, and she was looking at their Instagram following before they committed to a college, and they were already in the millions, and she was like, oh, this is different.
do they
this
have
is
a
vastly different.
Do they have a rule on what's it called?
How many years you have to
Yeah.
play? I believe so. I don't want to speak
women's-
definitively.
You can't do one.
You
and
can't
done,
go
right?
early.
Yeah, no,
I
Reese
think
is
you
going
can go.
early.
I'm sorry, you can go after your
Reese
junior
is
year.
going
After
early.
your- so it's like baseball.
Yes.
If you go out of high school, you go, but if you go to college, you're there for 3 years.
I believe
College
so.
baseball.
I don't know if that's so because our girl Ashley Shields went from JUCO. She
You
got-
have to be. It's age. You have to be 22 years old during the
22?
year in which the draft takes place, and have no, and you have to have no remaining college eligibility. That can't be true.
That
That's
can't
not
be true
anymore.
because Reese is
That has to
gone.
count.
They
So it
must
has
have
to be the
changed
22.
it.
I think it changed after because everyone got the COVID year.
Yeah.
So technically, everybody has an additional year of eligibility. I was kind of hoping Angel Reese would come back for one more year too.
Yeah.
Selfishly.
She's ready.
But she is ready to go.
Well, and then they
She
got.
said at her press conference, right? I'll announce it when I'm ready. She knew. Yeah. She knew.
They
what-
got more. They got
Those
more.
Vogue photo shoots don't happen overnight.
They got more on the horizon too, because Zebo's daughter
Yeah.
is she's gonna be like a very
Really good.
serious WNBA
Yeah.
player. Yes, she's just a McDonald's All-American. She's gonna be at Louisville next year.
Well,
And that's why I
even-
wondered if when you brought that. The reason I
Yeah.
thought about that is Juju.
Yeah.
How long she has to stay at USC? I don't know.
We're all talking as if she has 3 more years to win us 3 championships.
Well, I don't-
And by
I-
we, I mean the collective.
Yeah, I just don't
Trojan
know. I don't.
authoritative.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
Bayou Barbie.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
her
That's what she went by.
I think this is just so cool.
I just think it's
cool
iconic.
that
I
you
think
can-
it's in. CJ and I were in a conversation. I was trying to decide what we were going to talk about in the pop culture segment today, and CJ was like, "Well, why don't you just talk about Iowa LSU? That's like a pop culture moment." I said, "No, that's sports." And he was like, 12.3 million people watch that, and it was such a significant thing where it's leading every morning news show, not sports shows
Oh, yeah.
like
Yeah.
Good Morning America. At what point does a sports event segue into being a pop culture event? And I think this was it. And now you throw the Vogue element of it, and it just shows that this has such a far-reaching impact outside of just the
Angel Reese
only
is not like
one,
athlete
like-
famous. She's famous. Like
Yeah,
she's
she's famous.
famous.
That's
Pop
how all those
culture-
girls are now. Young
Like
women.
pop culture events, the only ones like in sports wise that I think of that are actually like also pop culture events, the Super Bowl, obviously.
Yes.
The NBA All-Star Game,
I think that's
you
a
get a
reach.
lot of celebrities and stuff. Like, so you see, you'll see.
But
red
it's like
carpet
regular
pics.
Joe
That just
Schmo
felt
and-
like a communal event.
Yeah.
Everybody was watching. it.
I was watching it.
Everybody was watching.
My
it.
friends who don't
That's
care
involved
about
in
sports,
yeah.
that's how I judge things. Usually, like Super Bowl, everybody watches it. Certain events that pop up every now.
I'll
and
tell you
then.
this: I was in with the game room, and William was like in his room. I think like playing video games or something with his friends. But anyway, he had it on his TV.
Yeah.
He's a 14-year-old boy.
Didn't you guys see that tweet about the numbers?
Oh, it's-
Yeah.
It's
More people
crazy.
watched it than the NBA Finals.
But I'm
or
just
the
saying,
World
like, I did
Series.
not go. It's not. He wasn't watching it because I had it on. A
He-
14-year-old boy
I
was
love
watching
that.
it
Yeah,
in
I
his
love
room
that.
because it was all the rage. If they
Yeah.
all scroll, they all
Right.
scroll and they all see, and so they know,
Mm-hmm.
and then they see, or somebody's texting like, "Oh my God, this chick's already got 5 threes."
Yes.
Caitlin Clark is a thing to. You could walk into his grade. He's in 8th. You could walk in, and everybody would know who Caitlin Clark
Mm-hmm.
is.
For sure.
They would all know who that is. Every kid.
I think anyone who's
She's like
involved
famous
in
now.
Caitlin Clark is.
Famous. She has like transcended beyond sports to where Joe Schmo knows who that is. You know.
Yeah. Which is crazy.
Yeah, no.
Okay, number 4, outside of Vogue, my favorite magazine is Vanity Fair, and there was an excellent Vanity Fair piece on Anne Hathaway last week. We love Anne Hathaway, which is so interesting because Anne Hathaway had this period where she was really she was considered really unlikable. So I want to get your reaction. When I say Anne Hathaway, what do you think of?
I remember her being like America's darling, and then people thinking she was fake.
Sure.
And I always liked her. I never
Did
had
I
any.
miss the part where she was unlikable?
So she hosted the Academy Awards.
I just never had
and
any.
did a totally normal job of it, but people hated on it.
I think they thought she was fake.
Yes.
Taylor Swift went through this as well.
Oh, wow. Yes.
And Jennifer Lawrence went through this as well.
Yes.
Everybody likes you, and you're the fun, bubbly, and then everybody thinks you're fake.
So I was reminded of, there was a
It's the way it
BuzzFeed
works.
story, shout out BuzzFeed, the old way of the world, but it was when you do everything right and society hates you for it. That's Anne Hathaway syndrome. So they dubbed it an Anne Hathaway syndrome. I remember Key and Peele had a skit about nobody wants to be a Hathaway, and it was a whole thing.
But Taylor Swift went through this.
Yeah.
Where everybody and Jennifer Lawrence went through it. It's like, oh, I'm so relatable, like that kind of thing, right? Almost as if they are acting, like their whole life is an act, and they want to feel, they're going out of their way to make you feel like they're a normal person or that they're super nice, but they're really just a diva bitch. And I don't.
Yes.
But if they acted like a diva bitch, we would all hate her too.
Exactly. And Anne Hathaway talks about that in this Vanity Fair article, essentially of this idea of if you're sincere, if you trend towards being sincere, everybody just assumes that you're full of shit.
That's right.
And that's how society works right now.
Yeah.
It's magnified with the celebrity piece
But
of
those
it.
people win in the end. Look at Taylor.
Yes. And I think
Taylor
Anne
Swift
Hathaway
wins in the end.
is now having this renaissance of sorts, which is very cool to see. This article came on my consciousness because I was scrolling TikTok, and there was this video of Anne Hathaway getting very teary-eyed, reminiscing on The Princess Diaries and how important that was, and how she learned how to be a gracious celebrity from Julie Andrews, and it was just a very sweet moment. And I was like, okay, I'm intrigued by this. And then I really enjoyed the piece of it all, and it talks about how she's now gone from being so unlikable to being iconic, and everyone's like, oh, slay, Anne Hathaway, totally mother movement over here. And she has this new movie. She has multiple movies that are in the process of coming out, but one of them is based on this book that is a story of an older woman who has an affair with a younger pop star, and it's it was written as fan fiction about Harry Styles from One Direction. It came out during the pandemic. It was filth in the best of ways, books that are just smut, and now it's being turned into a movie, and Anne Hathaway's the lead in it, but she just feels so comfortable in that space, and she's a really good actress. She's a capital A artist over here. She won an Academy Award for Les Mis, and that's when people decided they hated her too, because what a weird theater person. She shaved her head for Les Mis. She's too committed, won the Academy Award. We turn on her, and now everything's back, and everyone wants a Devil Wears Prada
I don't dislike her.
That's one of my favorite movies.
Oh, me too.
And
they have a musical of it right now.
So typically what happens is everybody wants to catch you being a hypocrite, right?
Yes.
So, I think about this with Taylor Swift or The Rock or whatever. These people are filmed literally every day of their life. And as far as I know, there's never some kind of moment where, oh, that's how they really are, where they're acting like a raging jerk to somebody, right? It's like, bro, if she wasn't nice to people, literally all the time, the one time she ever was mean to somebody,
it'd be on camera.
Everybody would see it. Mm-hmm. Same thing with The Rock or anybody else that people think are genuine. And as far as I know, there's never been an Anne Hathaway thing where she's actually horrible.
No,
she screamed at a waiter.
Or the opposite side of that, there's this incredible video that went hella viral last year where she is being bombarded by all these fans. I think she was in Italy, and she was obviously at an event. She's dressed to the nines, and you can't hear the audio of it, but someone did the lip reading, and she's essentially telling everyone let's all take a deep breath together. I'm gonna get to each of you. If you want an autograph, I'll get to you, but let's take a beat, give the space, because it has to be so claustrophobic and so scary. As I'm always thinking about that from a celebrity standpoint. Yes, they're paid billions and millions of dollars, whatever, but there has to be this overwhelming sense of I can never go anywhere, and when I do, it can become a dangerous situation so fast.
Sure.
But the way she handled it just felt very cool. And I was okay. And people looked at that and said,
she's about to be in movies again, though, huh?
Cool. Yeah, she's gonna be in a lot.
I'm with it.
She has an A24 movie that's coming out called Mother's Instinct, which is getting a lot of buzz. It was supposed to be pre-COVID, and then it got pushed back. And then The Idea of You is the big one based on the book that everyone is like, ooh, Harry Styles fanfic come to life. All right, last but not least, this was a big story in TV this week. Grey's Anatomy was renewed for a 21st season by ABC, and I wanted to ask you if you could guess the only other shows that have been scripted programming that have run longer than 21 seasons. What is Grey's Anatomy competing with?
Days of Our Lives. For sure.
It has to be.
General Hospital.
Let me take
As
the
the
soaps
World
out.
Turns.
Prime time.
Oh, prime time.
Prime time.
Okay.
But yes, you're right. The soaps are correct. The soaps run
those
forever.
are the ones
They'll
my
never
mom
die.
watched.
Me too. Shout out ABC
Oh my God.
Soaps for life.
It's in season 59, Days of Our Lives.
They're still around.
How is
So,
this
like-
still stuff happening?
So, Jess, like 60 minutes doesn't count here.
No.
Like
Okay.
Scripted primetime shows.
21 seasons.
Survivor?
That's reality. I mean, technically.
Oh,
scripted,
it's
but,
not. Yeah, okay,
you know.
okay.
So
fair
Wheel
enough,
of
fair enough.
Fortune doesn't
Fake
count.
shows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of them is still on right now.
Was MASH on for 21 years?
No.
Are they allowed to be cartoons?
Yeah, The Simpsons.
Yes.
The
Simpsons is the longest running show of all time.
Was
35 seasons.
Andy Griffith? Was that on for 21
South
years?
Park.
No.
South Park did not make it that long.
South Park's still
It's
on.
still on.
It's still on.
But it's not. It hasn't been on for.
It's not network television
20
either.
plus.
It's cable.
Yeah, that's true.
Sure.
It's not network. How many are there?
Oh, I need to stop.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Oh my God.
8.
There are 26 seasons of South Park.
Whoa.
Okay, so that would be in
Was
there.
Dallas? Was that
No.
on? I remember that being a big deal, right?
No.
Well,
One of them
Law
is
and
on.
Order?
There you go.
Law and Order,
SVU,
Law and Order,
and Law and
SVU.
Order.
We love Law and
25
Order.
seasons,
Love
23
SVU.
seasons. And then.
Is that Dick Wolf?
Yeah.
Yes.
Executive producer Dick Wolf. Get it right.
Okay.
Put
No.
the respect on that name.
No, the reason
Executive
I'm asking
producer.
you this is it's like I recognize that name, Dick Wolf. Have you turned on the Netflix thing? Homicide New York?
Yeah, it's
Dick Wolf?
it's
That happened to me the other day with the Judge Beauty commercial. It came on, and I was like, "Oh, I've never seen this. I love this." And my friend Kayla was like, "That was literally in the Super Bowl. Like we watched that." I'm like, "Oh, would you look at that?"
News to me. Thanks.
Good luck in your
Appreciate
speech.
it.
Tell
Thank
somebody
you.
to F off
No,
like
yeah,
Jessica
I know, punch in
Benson.
the face.
Yeah.
Yep.
Punch in the face.
Thanks to Jessica Benson. Thanks to Kelcey Wright Johnson. Thanks to John Rose across the glass. Grizzlies Milwaukee tonight. Tune in. 6:30 will be the pregame with Fish, Brevin, and Pete. And then, game will be at 7 against the Milwaukee Bucks. We will be back tomorrow. Until then, we gone.